Hi, everyone. Welcome back to episode 19 of K-Talk. I'm your host, Mel.
And I'm Uma. Hello, guys. Welcome back. Hope everybody's having a great week. How are you doing, Mel?
I am wonderful. Finally got over the cold. How are you?
Look at me. Look at how I sound. I think this is the first time in like 5 weeks I haven't been congested.
Yeah, same.
So good.
Yeah.
Today's after show, you guys, is When the Stars Gossip.
Yes.
We're going to do a review from episodes 1 to 8. But before we get into it, have you been seeing all the drama around the show?
I have. And I honestly don't understand it because although initially I also thought it was going to be a weird show because I've never watched a drama about astronauts or anything like that. But once I started watching, it's actually a really good show. So I don't understand the ratings. I don't understand the backlash. It's actually a good show with a stacked cast.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I don't understand what people were hoping this was going to be. Like, I don't know why they're disappointed. I don't know what they were expecting. I haven't watched a lot of dramas with Lee Min-ho, but I like the character that he's playing in this show.
I do. He's so fun and playful and just, he doesn't take himself too serious. And yeah, and I love the supporting cast. The story outside of them being in space is actually interesting.
That's what I'm saying. And a lot of people are saying like, one of the things that I read was how everybody didn't like the fact that there might be a relationship developing like with him and the female lead because both characters are in relationships already.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, but what does that have to do? That's part of the show. Like,
yeah. And if you're as far ahead as we are, we know what happened with those relationships.
Exactly.
So,
is that enough for you to drop a show just because they have significant others and they might develop feelings for one another? I don't know. I think the whole thing is dumb, but the ratings are crappy for the show in Korea apparently. And I'm like, but why? I'm having a good time. Yeah. I think it's fun.
And I also heard people saying that Gong Hyo-jin looks way older than Lee Min-ho, that she looks like his auntie.
Oh, that's reaching. His whole auntie. Isn't the guy like in his 40s
in the same
or something?
age range. That's the crazy thing. I think she's a year older than him. So
I think they might be around the same age.
Yeah,
but
it's very
she doesn't
age
look
appropriate.
that much older than him.
Yeah.
Okay, people are reaching.
They are, and like I said, I feel like it is a more mature drama too. I think that's what it is, and people, they like their little high school uniforms. You know what I mean?
This community sometimes just likes juvenile romance sometimes, but every day can't be like cutesy shit.
Yeah, it's a different drama. I've never seen anything like this. And
I mean, they're playing astronauts.
Yeah,
like they're grown,
and a lot of people considering it sci-fi. I wouldn't even consider it sci-fi.
That's what I'm saying. And honestly, like the whole setting, other than it being in like a spaceship and they're like astronauts, like I find that part a little boring. I like their stories. Like this is just the setting, right? Like it doesn't have anything to do.
I totally with
once
the
you
get into
itself.
the story, I totally forget they're even in a spaceship.
That's what I'm
to be
saying.
honest, because I'm so into the storylines, everything that's going on. Like that's in the back of my mind.
Literally,
the only time I take it in is literally when
they're
I see
floating
them
around.
And I'm like, oh, okay.
That's what I was gonna say. I was like,
know?
sometimes I forget, and then you just see them kind of floating, and you're like, oh shit, zero gravity. Back to that again.
Yeah, but other than that, like I said, I love the concept. I love the storylines. There's just so much going on outside of just even the main couple. Mm-hmm. I find it really interesting. I don't get it. I don't get the hate. Hopefully the ratings do go back up. But yeah.
I think after this weekend's episodes, I think it's definitely getting a little bit more interesting.
Yeah.
So many things have happened. I really do feel like a lot of people might tune back in.
Yeah, because I didn't even find these episodes slow or anything. Did you? I didn't find them slow at all.
The last 4 episodes were like decently paced for me.
Yeah, we'll get into it, but a lot happens. Like, you know what I mean? So.
Okay. Did I even give the synopsis yet?
No.
Okay. When the Stars Gossip. The synopsis is from 2 different worlds and with separate missions, an astronaut and a space tourist entangle in space, only to start falling for each other.
Yeah, it stars Lee Min-ho, who plays Gong Young, and Gong Hyo-jin, who plays Eve Kim. We also have Nam-jun, who plays Lee Sung-jun, and Jung-se, who plays Kang-soo.
Jung-se. I love him in this role. He's a meanie.
He is. I've never seen him like coming off of Mr. Plankton, especially. This is a completely different character for him.
Absolutely. He's almost kind of like the villain here.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it kind of makes it a little bit more sexier to me. I was like, was he always this good looking?
It is. That man has not cracked a smile yet. I'm like,
right?
He's always annoyed.
Very much annoyed. Okay, so the show starts off. We get introduced to Ryung, who is a OBGYN, and they have this fun little montage in episode 1 to show you that his whole life's work is bringing babies into this world. He has this catchphrase that I can't remember, where he's like, congratulations, you're a mother now. So, and then they have this silly little montage where he is birthing kids in like the weirdest situations ever, like you know, like in a swimming pool and on the bus or whatever, but they make him out
like
to be
he's
this
a superhero.
like exactly like OBGYN superhero type. So he's out here just birthing babies all willy-nilly, and we meet one of the supporting cast members, and she ends up being his girlfriend. She is like an heiress.
Yes.
She is the daughter of the MZ group.
Chairman. Yeah. The daughter of the chairman of the MZ group. Yeah.
Yes. So they get into a little car accident. Turns out she is having an ectopic pregnancy, and she's very, very sick. So he rushes her to the hospital and does everything that he can to save her life.
Yeah.
This kicks up this whole situation where her dad now is pissed off that she can't have kids anymore.
And blames him. Yeah.
And out of nowhere decides to be like, okay, this is Ryung's fault.
Yeah.
The doctor saved her life. Sorry. Like, what do you expect here? But anyways, her dad is unhinged. The chairman, all he cares about is having grandchildren, because we learn that her brother passed away without having any kids because he was like, I don't want to say sterile, but like there was issues with his sperm.
Yeah.
His sperm was crooked.
defected. Yeah.
And they're hoping the zero gravity in space straightens out the sperm.
Yeah. It's ridiculous, but that's why I love K-dramas. Like, I'm like, what do you mean? Like, so now you're going to go and try it in space. Okay.
So,
yeah.
And before he takes the sperm to space, he ends up getting with the his fiance, the woman whose life he saved during her ectopic pregnancy. She's very mad at her dad. Her dad really doesn't care. The fact that it's like he's almost written his daughter off, and he's pissed off at her now because she can't have kids and continue the family lineage, I guess.
Yeah, and also because of the ectopic pregnancy and she lost it, he literally blackballed him. So he lost his job.
Yes.
And then Go-eun feeling sorry for him because she knows it wasn't his fault, right? So she kind of just starts this relationship with him.
Out of spite, I guess, to spite her dad. And she literally says to him, like, isn't this the best way to get back at my dad who blackballed you from your dream job? And now you're kind of, just drinking your days away. You're unemployed. So at first he tells her, like, fuck off. No.
Yeah, at first he was annoyed by her.
He was annoyed by that.
Yeah.
And then he finally gives in, and then they start having this, I guess,
relationship. They start sleeping together.
Whirlwind romance out of nowhere. But anyways, the dad now is like, you know what? Since you took away my daughter's ability to have children, I have my son's sperm, take it up to space, and perform IVF. So the premise is kind of out, like it's out there. Yeah. Even for K-dramas, I'm like, this is a little out there, but who cares? Let's see where they're going with this, right?
And then he gets up there, and he's up there with her ex,
with her ex.
What makes it a little spicy.
It does. Yeah. And then all of a sudden now the dad is a little backstabbing bastard because he likes her ex more than Ryung. And he kind of had a deal that once Ryung gets the eggs and the sperm up there, he was actually going to perform the actual IVF, the insemination.
Yeah, and Kang-soo also wanted to do it because he thought that maybe this would win back Go-eun, but she's so done with him, and he's just not letting up. So
yeah, and I don't. It wasn't really more to get back with her because they're together whether the chairman likes it or not. But I think it was more like he doesn't want to be blacklisted anymore. Like
no, I'm talking about Kang-soo.
Oh yeah,
Kang-soo's doing this favor for her father.
The funny thing is, I don't even think he wants her back. I think
he does.
For him, sincerely though.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes, and I also think because that he knows now wrong is in the picture, I think he wants her even more so, right?
That's what I thought too.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't think this man genuinely wants her because from everything that she was saying, it didn't look like they had the best relationship.
Yeah.
I don't even I didn't even know if he knew that she had an ectopic pregnant. No, well, he does actually. He knows that she was pregnant and it didn't work out.
Yeah, because I think at some point he
hates
said
Young
to
for that
Young,
reason too. And I'm like, you're actually a doctor here.
Yeah.
So
like I understand the chairman thinking that, but come on.
Yeah, him and her dad, her ex and her dad, little weirdos when it comes to that. They just need a reason to hate Ryong for some odd reason, and this is the little hill that they want to die on.
And then speaking of relationships, then we have Dong-a that's in the command center, who's in a relationship with Eve.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's been her mentor. They've been working together for how many years?
5 years.
Nobody knows about the secret relationship that they're in.
Yeah, because apparently he resigned and then came back, I guess, to support her in her first mission as commander.
As commander, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So everyone's looking at him like, why are you still here? And he's like, yeah, I'm here for Eve. But,
exactly.
Yeah.
So that's odd. And then back in Earth, also in like the little command center, one of the main supporting cast is the chief.
Yeah.
And then they're going to have a weird little, I don't want to say love triangle because he's a cheater, but
yeah,
she doesn't know that they're together. Him and Eve are together. She has no idea.
Yeah.
She might figure it out towards the end.
Actually, she did.
In the earlier episodes, she didn't know.
No, not in the earlier episodes.
Yeah.
But I remember, not to fast forward or anything, but like episode 8, I remember saying, do you love Eve? And we'll get into that because I didn't like his response to that. It was kind of weird.
Okay. Who are the other supporting cast? So on the spaceship, we have
Sung-jun.
Sung-jun.
His background, he's a doctor who was nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize studying Alzheimer's in mice.
And then we have Dr. Mina
Lee. Yeah.
She's so adorable.
She's so cute.
And then we have...
she also has a twin sister that works in the command center.
Yes, she does. And then we have Santi.
Yeah. Santiago Garcia is a Spanish veteran astronaut. And then we have Kang-soo, her ex-boyfriend. Yeah. It's a really stacked cast. I'm loving all of their personalities together.
They're a little bit different, whatever. And in the beginning, I was really excited for the other 3 astronauts on the spaceship, but then by the time we got to like 7 or 8, and I'm like, their story is, they really don't have much going on.
I mean, I guess they're just there to be the crew, right? Like just to...
Yeah, I love how they tried to give them that storyline with the lottery ticket, but I found that so
was
boring.
Actually very random. And that was going on a little too long for me.
Yeah,
like,
I'm like, why
are we still talking about this?
And then when they finally decided, like, they were going to steal the lottery ticket, but then they finally decided to give it back because they didn't want to,
And then it flew into the vent.
Yeah, I don't know. That lottery ticket was stressing me out. And I'm like, I get what they're trying to do, because if they didn't have that lottery ticket storyline, what would they be doing?
Yeah.
There's not really much going on for them.
The English is Englishing. Like, I know, right? I love it. Like, I don't know what it is, but it's like, it doesn't seem forced, but it's still just, it's
perfect.
Yeah.
It's perfect. And
I mean, they kind of have to because Santiago's there.
Exactly. Santi doesn't speak. And you see, I love when it makes sense.
Yeah. Like, there's a reason why they're speaking.
Yeah.
Right.
Basically. Okay, so those 3, I'm not really super excited about them. The lottery ticket storyline was pissing me off. Glad that that's over.
Yeah.
But yeah,
let's talk
they're
about,
just...
Let's talk about the surgery on the mouse.
Oh my God. Okay, let's talk about all the ridiculousness that I just feel like is so out there with this show. Okay?
Yeah.
The surgery with the mouse. Are we serious right now?
Was that for real? That Ryong seems so obnoxious and annoying, but for some reason he keeps saving the day. Like, you know what I mean?
In a weird way. Yeah. His goofy ass really comes in clutch in desperate times. Like, he comes through.
He does. But
Yeah,
they
'cause-
still treat him like this obnoxious little kid, like stay out of our way.
Well, yeah, because he's a
But-
tourist, right? Like they're
Yeah.
all astronauts. Like he's the only person that's not really fully trained to be there, but he does what he can, like with the little surgery on the mouse. Because I was just like, just let the little mouse die. Like let it go.
Yeah. But obviously that's why she's there, right? Eve.
I was with everybody else when they were like, just let it die. I'm like, what is the point?
And here comes Ryong. Like,
And-
I'm gonna save this mouse.
Oh, and right away too, I thought that whole scene with the little flies having sex. Oh, that was so annoying. That was beyond
Why
annoying.
is everybody up there with some type of fly?
She is
some type of
obsessed with
mouse?
making everything on that plane mate.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is going on? And that she wouldn't open the door. Like, this is literally everybody in the command center is waiting on Earth, and you're not opening the door because two little flies are having sex.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm like, Eve, girl, get it together. Stop this
Everybody wants
nonsense.
something to mate, like you said. Yeah.
No. What else? See, it wasn't the spaceship that was like throwing me off. It's these dumb little things that keep happening.
No, my part was when this tourist that has zero experience as an astronaut decides to throw on the suit and say, I'm going to save Eve.
Oh my
Like,
God.
How did that happen?
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Before that even happened, the whole running on the treadmill to create like the alarm to go off. I'm just
Yeah.
like, and then he dashed on his suit and ran out there to get Eve.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was unbelievable. And I'm like, you guys are really trying us right now. They're playing in our faces. And I'm like, but you know what? It's K-drama. Let's go with it.
Yeah. I'm like, this is ridiculous.
That's
but
never
I'm
gonna
here for
happen.
it. I love it.
That is so not going to happen.
Yeah.
What other ridiculousness happened in like the first 3 to 4 episodes? Let's see. I don't like the girlfriend. Back
I don't
on
know
Earth.
why. I like Go-eun. Why do I want them to be together? It's weird.
I kind of don't like her for
You
him.
know why? Because, okay, let's talk about
I
this.
don't think either one of them are sincere. Sorry.
And even them, like, how did their this has been 7 days. How has their relationship grown this much in 7 days? Mind you,
Oh, wait,
Eve
you're
has
talking
been,
about Ryong and Commander Eve?
yeah.
Okay.
Mind you, majority of the time she was annoyed by him, didn't like him, like, and then now it's just, I'm like, when did this happen? It's just, I don't know.
Two things. I think, no, not two things. One major thing happened. Her man is cheating on her.
Yes, I get
And
that.
this guy is like, I think you're amazing and I have feelings for you. I've like developed feelings for you within 3 days of being in
that's
space.
what I mean. Like,
And she at first was like, fuck your feelings, essentially. Like, I don't care. Like,
yeah,
this is not it. Then she finds out her man is cheating on her.
yeah.
And all of a sudden she's open to everything that the fact that he wants to date her and that he'll wait for her for a year. I mean, it's all very romantic, but I think he genuinely in those 3 days likes Commander Eve more than he's ever liked his fiance.
But that's what I'm talking about. But why though? She hasn't, like, what, I don't even know what sparked that.
I don't
right?
know. Maybe it's her intelligence, the fact that she's good at her job. She's a great commander. Like,
Because all she's been doing is giving him shit. Like, you know what I
exactly.
mean?
Yeah.
So, and basically treating him like a very incompetent person. So how are you turned on by that? That's just, yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's the close proximity. They're in space. Maybe everything is sped up a little bit. I don't know, because within 8 episodes, it's literally 8 days or they
It's
end
literally like, yeah.
up, 6-7 days.
Yeah.
But I'm like,
And now it makes me think, is he just going to be a rebound for her?
could be.
Because she didn't tell him yet.
I mean, they end up hooking up in episode 8.
Girl, we will get to that.
No, I mean, we're talking about those, so
Yeah.
I thought it was hilarious. Okay, before we get to that, before we get to episode 8 and them hooking up, let's talk about some side characters that we haven't talked about, which is Ryung's moms. I love that dynamic.
I love it. Yeah. So he lost his mom a couple days after he was born, and her 3 besties just came raised him. It's such a sweet.
And it kind of gives you a little bit of insight into why he's so obsessed with bringing babies into this
Yeah.
world and saying, congratulations, you're a mom now, because his mom literally died giving birth to him.
Yeah.
And now he has these 3 wonderful women that are raising him. He has 3 moms.
Yeah.
And it's just been, you could tell, like, it's been a wild ride for him. They're the only family that they have. Like,
yeah,
he has to
aside from
take
his
care
other
of
doctor
them.
bestie, I love his character as well. You know, I feel like while he's been gone, he's
He
been
kind of steps in because he calls
Yeah.
them mom as well, right? Like,
Yeah.
you could tell like that's his best friend, and they essentially like he kind of sees him as his mom's as well. And I love that their relationship is happening that way, because when he was trying to tell them why you couldn't have
That
sex
was
in space or whatever,
hilarious.
and then he got so shy, and then she was like, excuse me, where are you going?
Just tell
Between the
us.
three of us, we're like
Yeah.
150 years old, so you're gonna answer our questions.
Yeah. And he did.
And he
it's
did.
funny. And that's why I love that he's just there for them. You know, when things break down in the restaurant, he's there to help. And yeah, I love that dynamic.
And
It's really cute.
And I love the fact that his mom was like, where there's a will, there's a way. Okay, even in space, people can have sex.
Yeah.
I was like,
I don't know about you.
they're definitely hooking up.
Yeah. But a part of me now, looking at the dynamic of the chairman with the daughter-in-law, like if you were Jung, I wouldn't even want to have a kid, to be honest, with this family, because the chairman already kind of makes it clear that once this kid comes into this world, I'm going to dictate everything that happens in his life. He's going to become the heir, and there's nothing you can do about it.
And she says that. And they have this little argument where she was like, he's laying out all his plans. He's basically saying, my grandkids are going to be treated like royalty. You know, it goes on this whole spiel about like, their feet will never touch the ground. The doors will open up for them automatically. They never had to touch a doorknob. Like, he was just like, I want to raise kids. And then she was like, your own son who died wasn't happy with the way that you raised him. What makes you think I'm going to let you have these kids? My plan is to take them away from you, which I think she's being a little naive, because how are you going to deal with the whole group and how powerful he is? Like, if this works out and you end up having a kid, he's going to fight you tooth and nail.
Yeah. So I'm thinking, I'm like, where is this? What's going to happen? Even if she does have that kid, I don't think it's going to be that easy for her just to disappear with her kid.
No, it's not. She's going to be fighting with a chairman like her whole life.
Yeah. So
That's
I don't know. What would you do in that situation if you really wanted a kid, but then you had that type of father-in-law?
I think I still would have the kid, because if my husband died, but I have his sperm and I'm able to do insemination and have the child that we've always wanted, I would do it. But I'd be prepared to fight their grandfather like every step of the way.
But also knowing, like you said, how can you fight a powerful man like that at the same time?
You have to try as hard as you can for him not to get his way.
Because wouldn't it be worse, you have that child and then he literally takes it away from you?
Which he probably will try to do that.
That's what I'm saying. Or would you rather not have the kid at all? You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's a tough place to be in, but because I feel like her husband died, she'll do anything, and she'll just,
of course, she still wants
deal
a piece
with
of
that
it.
after.
Yeah.
I would too, because I love when people try me. It's like, this is my child. We're gonna fight every day.
Yeah.
He wouldn't get his way. He would not get his way easily.
Yeah. Yeah, he's sick. But I like Gong. Let's go back to her. Like, why don't you like her? I feel like she genuinely loves Ryong.
Yeah, but like, she knows that he doesn't have the same feelings for her. I think at first, when she looked at this doctor who saved her life, she was attracted to him mainly because her dad hated him. And I think it was coming from like a rebellious place. She even says, like, you know, wouldn't it be great to date me just to upset my dad? So,
yeah, but I feel like
know.
now it grew, though. I feel like now she's more. You don't think it's genuine?
No, I don't think Ryong ever. Like, I think he's just cool with it, but I don't think he really has feelings for her, because if their love was so real, he would have fallen in love with the commander within 3 days. Like, genuinely appreciate her as a woman, see her. Because
No.
was
I'm
never
not
really
saying from
into
his side. Her side, though.
What do you mean? Yeah, her side.
I think she really genuinely.
She does. I'm saying he does not love her, and she is okay with that.
Yeah.
Which I think, how can you be in a genuine relationship knowing that your man doesn't feel the same way about you, and he's just kind of in it? You know?
Again,
like, give or take.
Yeah, basically,
You're
I want to
into
marry
me.
him just to stick it to my dad. Yeah.
And now I want to do this favor for your dad and your sister-in-law, because hopefully my career can come back on track. Like, it's a very disingenuous relationship, and I don't know. I don't like her for the simple fact of, like, she's not doing something that's in her best interest.
You know what I found weird? That Ryong is doing this whole confession to Eve of like, oh, we should go to the movies when we get back to Earth and do all that. But he doesn't know that she overheard her man cheating.
He doesn't know that.
So that's weird that he's even saying that. isn't it?
I think he's just assuming that we like each other, and when you go back, you're going to break up with your man and be with me.
Mind you, Gong did a whole announcement of their engagement as well. It's like, sir, you got stuff you got to deal with. I think she did that on purpose because I feel like she's losing, like it's a way to force him into the life that she wants. So do you think now Gong is just going to walk away from him? I don't think so.
I think she's going to fight.
Yeah.
But again, you can't fight to keep a man. I think she's going to have to wake up to the reality of, like, she can't keep him. He does not want her.
Yeah.
But did you notice back on Earth, Commander Eve's Donga?
Donga. Yeah.
Donga can literally see through the screen how intimate they're becoming. His face keeps switching up.
You know why he pisses me off? Mind you, that's after he cheated on her.
Exactly.
So the audacity of him
right
acting
away.
Like, you know, why are you even back in the command center? First of all, you literally cheated on her. Clearly you don't care. And then you notice them getting all cozy and it's bothering you.
It is.
Yeah.
And I found it very cold when he kissed the chief and then said, this doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
Wow.
She never lied when she called him a womanizer. He is. Like,
that was so cold. Like, you had to kiss her in broad daylight.
Yeah.
And then tell her, like, yeah, this doesn't feel too good.
Yeah, but then I didn't like her response to that. It was kind of cringy. She was like, oh, it doesn't feel right. She's like, then let's make it serious. And he literally walked off.
He did.
I was like,
but
oh my
she
God.
said that, though, because he's thinking, this doesn't feel right because, one, I'm already in a relationship. I'm cheating. Two, I tried it. I don't want it. She was thinking this doesn't feel good because she thinks it was just a hookup that, you know, the nature of it, that he feels like it's not feeling right. Little does she know he's cheating. It's never going to feel right.
So
and that's why she said, let's make it serious.
So at that point, she doesn't know.
She doesn't know at that point. She hadn't
Eve.
even asked him at that point, like, are you in love with Eve?
Yeah.
She started to pick it up because she could see how, like, you know,
but did she know at that point that he is with Eve, or just he's just in a relationship?
Remember, she just said, like, are you in love? And he was like,
he was trying to, like, oh, I was her mentor for 5 years.
And then she's like, well, I was your mentor.
Yeah.
Hello.
So why can't you claim her? That's why I don't understand his character. He's just all over the place. It's like, do you love the girl or not? Because you literally resigned and are still here just to watch her.
I think now that he's witnessing what's happening between her and Ryung, it's making him almost a little jealous and possessive. But I don't think he also loves Eve to that extent, because how quickly did he sleep with the other woman?
Yeah.
Like, that was very, very fast. And, you know, makes me think, like, did they used to hook up before?
That's what I find weird, because, like you said, she was his mentor for 5 years. It's like, why is this happening?
Yeah.
Now,
the way when they were in Eve's apartment and the way she just randomly came out of nowhere and kissed him, I'm like, did they used to hook up before and it was never serious?
Maybe.
I don't know. The whole thing is weird, but I don't like him. And now he wants to go rescue her. Yeah. And she's holding on to him, saying, all of you guys are going to die now. But funny how he was like, I'm not quitting anymore because I feel like nobody is going to do the most for Eve. Almost saying that because you can sense that something is happening between me and Eve, like the chief wouldn't do everything in her power because, I don't know, she thinks she can get Dong-ha to herself after.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on between them. And I don't think it was a random one-time hookup.
But again, why are you trying to risk your life for a woman you literally just cheated on? You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know where to place this man.
It doesn't make sense. Exactly. Yeah. Like, you just cheated on her. And now you want to go up in a shuttle that hasn't been tested for full safety. But you just, I don't know.
It's like
I don't understand.
It's so weird. It's like he had to cheat on her to realize how much he actually cares for her. I don't know.
That's a cheater's little motto. Literally. It was just sex. It didn't mean anything.
Yeah.
I don't know. Men are weird.
You know the part that really annoyed me? When Eve destroyed the eggs. Well, not all of them.
And he yelled out, murderer?
Yeah.
First of all, I don't want to get political. And I feel like the show is kind of like leaning towards that when it comes to this whole, the way they were harping on and on. Because even in episode 8, he said that again. He was like, oh, thank you for letting it.
I apologize for calling you a murderer. Yeah.
I apologize for calling you a murderer. It didn't even like divide. Like, it hasn't even been implanted.
It's not even
into
a Morula
woman
yet.
It's not even in a
I
womb
learned
yet.
Morula. It's not even a Morula yet.
It's not even a Morula yet. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now I was like, oh, I didn't know what a Morula was before, but now I'm very well versed.
Yeah.
But I don't know. So I don't like I get it. You know, life is precious. It's not a life yet.
Yeah.
Hasn't even been
say
inseminated.
that, you know, she messed up your plans.
She messed up your plans. Like, but that level of anger that he had
And how do you
towards
go
her
from
in that moment? No.
And how do you go from that level of anger and all of a sudden you guys are just back? Chummy, you forgave her.
All good.
Like, you know, and then when she caught them drinking, I'm like, she's such a, you know.
Here's the thing though, all of that, when she caught them drinking, when she was like, when he was sharing his feelings for her, she was like, I find men who are cheaters scum, because she's hurt. She's hurt and angry because she just found out her boyfriend is cheating on her. Also, Ryung looks like a cheater too. He's emotionally cheating right now.
Yeah.
By telling her how he feels about her.
Oh, it went further than that, but
yeah. And then throwing the eggs out, getting mad at the drinking, like sticking to the manual and the rules. And yes, I get it. She's the boss. This is her first
I get it.
trip as a commander. I get all of that, but all of her anger, I think, was
misplaced. Yeah.
Definitely misplaced, and it was because of the personal issues that she was going through.
Yeah.
Like, lighten up. Can you
literally
chill?
And come to find out, it wasn't even him. Your other people, the other astronauts actually brought the liquor on.
Exactly.
And
she knew that, though. She knew that. She was like, was it Santi? Like, she knew.
And I love that he held it down and did not snitch on them.
He did not.
You know, and I love how they just, you know, when he was doing the egg thing he didn't have a microscope. They held. And that too.
Oh my God. Every turn, this show was like, oh, we're going to.
How did he do that without a microscope?
First of all, my favorite part was when the egg was floating out in the air. I'm sorry. Like, that's not a sterile situation.
No, please tell me how they even did that.
You made me believe that there's an egg out there that we are seeing with the human eye that you just inserted, like, sperm into
with no microscope,
and you were the human microscope, and you had to be steady, and your eyes, like, you know, he had the little microscopic glasses on or whatever, but to see it just floating and they're all staring at it in awe, I was like, shut the fuck up.
That's what I mean.
Stop playing in my face at this point.
He's the most annoying, but at the end of the day, like, he gets stuff done. We don't know how, but he does.
Okay.
Yeah.
That egg is not viable. Like,
girl, it's
we
a
are not in a
K-drama.
lab.
Girl,
this is not a sterile. Like, I'm sorry. Like,
you gotta block those kind of things out.
I know I'm being a little too logical here, but logic. Sometimes you're pushing it. You're pushing it.
Yeah.
You're pushing it.
Yeah.
I mean,
and all he needed was them to hold him down, and he's like, "I got this, guy."
Jump in that suit.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, I'm already, yes, anything can happen. This is not realistic, but certain things they be trying us just a little bit too much.
Yeah. And then the last episode. Oh, we forgot to talk about the fact that they got detached. He got detached.
Oh,
right. You know, first of all, that was weird. It's like, why weren't you with them? Like,
he went to go get the eggs that hadn't turned into a Morula. Remember, they needed 3 days to turn into a Morula, and they didn't, and he had to go get them because now they were all hopping back down to Earth.
So they detach, and he's losing his shit by himself.
I thought that was actually really great the way they filmed that part, because when they detached, I was like, oh dear God, he thinks everybody left them. I thought everybody left them. And then at the beginning of episode 8, we see Eve is spacewalking her ass back to him, and the other 4 left.
Yeah. No, but initially they did. She said, I'm going to go back for him.
Yes, but we didn't know that she succeeded in going back.
Yeah.
Remember, they remotely closed the hatch door on her, and she was saying, let me out. I can't leave him. And they kind of left it there for us. So when it detached, we're thinking they wouldn't let Eve out.
Yeah.
So beginning of episode 8, and then he's screaming. We just see him screaming like, no, 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 whatever, thinking that they had left him. But he was really screaming, no, 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 because he could see Eve was coming back for him.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's sweet. But
listen, also, I would not do that for a man I met 7 days ago.
You know I don't think she did that for a man that she met 7 days ago. I think it's more like the responsibility
as a
of her role as a commander, like leave no man behind, especially a tourist, not even like a fellow trained astronaut.
And also,
right?
he did save her life too.
He did.
So,
And
yeah.
you know, the funny thing is there's such funny parts in this show. It gives you a little bit of everything.
It does.
Right? Because when they finally have that reunion and she, like, to me, that 10-15 minutes was so intense when the debris was hitting her and she was ducking. I sat up. I was like, oh my God, girl.
It's getting
like,
intense.
Duck,
Yeah.
right? I sat up for that part, but let me tell you something. This entire time, I'm having fun. I'm in disbelief. I love his goofy ass. I love all the, everybody else in the spaceship. This is great.
Yeah.
But when she makes it in, I think it was the first time I cried when they saw each other and they hugged and she forgot about the command center and they're just crying and holding each other. I thought that was moving.
No, you know what? Again, why I wasn't moved by
I was
that?
so moved. I knew you were going to be moved. How could you not?
Because they've known each other for 7 days. I'm not attached to you like that. Like,
no, but
and then they started just confessing all of this stuff, and I'm just like, how did this happen in 7 days? Like, that's what I mean when I say, how did
there was an egg floating around, okay?
That's what I mean.
So they can fall madly in love in 7 days.
It was unbelievable. Again, being too logical.
You're right, exactly.
I'm like, where did this emotion come from?
Just sit in the emotion, okay? Because he thought they had left him and they went back to Earth. They might die together. It was very intense. I teared up. They hugged. And then she had to whip off her little
the hair
head thingy. The hair was floating. Yeah. That was a great first kiss.
Beyonce effect.
I was like, yes. What?
The Beyonce effect.
Literally, that was such a romantic kiss after they just bawled with each other. And all I wanted was the helmet that she took off to somehow float and to show them, because everybody was losing their shit back on Earth.
Yeah.
Because Eve was about to die. She didn't. She made it back to him. Everybody's like, are you okay? Did you make it back in? These two are hugging and are about to start making out.
Yeah.
She did not respond to them once like, hey, we're fine. And then you see other people in the command center be like, well, clearly the communication hasn't shut off. They're okay. It's just she took everything. And I was like, I would love for that loser cheating ex at the command center to see her as the helmet was floating by and maybe, show them kissing. I was like, oh, that would have been great.
Oh, I can't wait for when they reunite. And he tries to give it to her like she doesn't know that. You know what I mean? That
he has no idea that she knows.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is amazing. But that was a great first kiss. It was the first time I
Girl,
teared up when they got together. I know. But here's the funny thing, though. Here's the funny thing. When they shut everything off to preserve the power and they had to go into those little aluminum things the whole time I'm like, go in it together and get naked. Everybody knows.
Well, not naked.
Yes.
I know that obviously
everybody knows if you're about to freeze to death and you're cold, skin to skin.
Yeah.
And I'm like, from the beginning, the whole conversation was not needed. Passing the bottle back and forth was not needed. I'm thinking like, guys, was it very horny of me? Or was I like, get in the same goddamn tent, get naked. I mean, I knew and warm each other up.
I honestly didn't think it was going to go there. And not only
you didn't think it was going to go there?
No.
Are you serious?
No, I didn't. For some reason, I just didn't.
Wow. They talk
because because I'm feeling like, okay, they're unsure if they're even going to make it, if anyone's going to save them.
They might die in like 20 hours.
So I'm thinking, hey, they got more important things to worry about.
They're in space. They don't know if they're going to be rescued. They're freezing to death. I mean, what else is there to do at this point?
It was so funny when he said, like the closing scene, he was like, let's do what the mice
couldn't do.
I was like, and
people say the show is not funny.
Sir, stop.
People are saying the show is not funny. And I'm like, it's hilarious. These people are so ridiculous.
So then they managed to see them naked. So I guess they managed. Yeah. Again, all of this within 7 days.
You need to get over the whole 7 days thing. This is a spaceship, okay? Yeah. Surgery was done on a mouse. Like, let it go. Let it go. Yeah. Get over the 7 days. Yeah. These people are deeply in love, okay?
They are.
And listen, your feelings and emotions are heightened because it's a life and death situation. Yeah. Okay, they're about to die. They have to feel alive somehow.
Ray Young has no care in the world that he's engaged. That's the crazy part.
I'm telling you, he is not emotionally invested in his relationship at all.
I know that, but it's like,
and I don't feel bad because his fiance knows that too.
Yeah. No, but I'm surprised Eve is not like, hey, maybe you should work that out and then,
Well, they'll deal with that later.
Yeah.
That's for
I cannot wait till they come back to
That's
Earth.
like next week's problem or like 3 days when they get back. That's an Earth situation.
Yeah,
those are not
Earth
up
problems.
in space.
Yeah.
Here's one more thing that I have to say about the hookup scene though. What? No, I knew it was going to happen, but here's my thing, okay? Did they stay in the tent or did they float up like how artistically and beautifully that they were showing it against when you see their silhouettes and everything? And I'm like, did they get out of the tent?
Yeah,
or
I
did
don't know, but that's how we seen it.
And they're making it so romantic, but I'm like, are they in the tent or not? Like, I'm so confused. They came out of the tent to have sex.
I think they were still, it would make more sense if they stayed in the tent, right?
You would think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was like, that was a choice.
Yeah.
I was like, are they trying to make this all like cutesy and artsy and like, you know?
I love this show. It's so
ridiculous.
So
unserious. It could only get better because now half the team is back down on Earth. We see the cheater wants to be the savior now, so he wants to be on the rescue team. And I feel Kang-soo also wants to go back and be on the shuttle.
And
like
you see
to go
Kang-soo,
back. I kind of got that vibe.
Up to he was like, I hope the commander and the tourists are safe. Remember when they landed into the ocean? So yeah.
No, but here's the thing though. Before the shuttle disconnected, when they were first like, emergency, you guys have to go, and Eve was losing her shit. Like, where's Ryung? Where's Ryung? I swear I saw him smirking. Like, like he's about to die. Like,
of course, but I feel
was
like
he not smirking?
But I feel like now that
smiled.
I think he knows how serious it could be, like they may not get saved. So,
I don't know. He seems like he's very self-serving. So, unless there's something in it for him, I don't. Maybe he couldn't be successful because the eggs that he fertilized were destroyed. Yeah. So maybe now he wants to be like, well, I'm gonna go back and go save that one egg, even though it was Ryung that made it happen. Yeah. Without a microscope. Yeah. So.
And I'm so glad that he was able to say that in front of the chairman, in front of
they don't even know, right? He thought he was talking to the girl, the woman.
But they all heard,
But everybody heard, and I was like, yes.
I'm glad they know that it was all him.
And look at the chairman being so ridiculously happy, and then when he grabbed the phone, it's like, gotta go.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like, it's a fun show. I don't know where it's going.
I cannot wait to see the Earth shenanigans.
I'm waiting for that. I was actually surprised that when it detached and they ended up staying back in space, because I thought the second half was definitely going to be all of them on Earth sorting out all this drama, right? But now it feels like they're about to get rescued really quickly. So we might get like the entire second half
is on Earth,
being on Earth, right?
Yeah, I don't mind that.
I want to see her tell her boyfriend, kick rocks, I know you cheated on me.
Yeah,
him telling his fiance, no thank you.
A clean break for
no, this is
going
to be very, very emotional
and messy,
and very messy, but I am here for it.
I cannot wait.
Right? Well, that's it for this week's show. If you guys are enjoying When the Stars Gossip, let us know what you think in the comments, and as always, give us a rating and a review. Bye.